Recording in progress.
Happy Tuesday. And I will be introducing the facilitator for today's event. But first, I'd like to give you a brief overview of this practice session. If you'll direct your attention towards your screen, you'll see the first element is Satsang. Satsang is a scientific method whereby we may obtain peace, light, and love in our life. It requires no physical skill, spiritual accomplishment, or meditation experience to begin its practice. Satsang consists of two words, Sat and Sang. Sat means positive energy, and Sang means to be with or to be in the presence of. Therefore, the word Satsang means to be in the presence of positive energy. The next element is meditation. Meditation is an important part of Satsang. When we meditate, we withdraw consciousness from worldly objects and directed inwards to focus on a single thought. In doing so, our minds become calm and our thoughts become pure, thereby allowing us to obtain higher states of consciousness, such as enlightenment, peace, light, and love. Inner orientation. There are two types of satsang, inner satsang and outer satsang. An example of outer satsang would be chanting or attending pilgrimages. When we practice outer satsang, we have the potential to change our behavior, but only through the practice of inner satsang can we obtain higher states of consciousness, such as enlightenment, peace, light, and love. The satsang that you will learn today is an inner satsang where we meditate in silence. Group session. These practice sessions are structured for group participation. When we meditate as a group, our focus is improved and our personal progress along our spiritual path is expedited. By regularly attending these practice sessions, the benefits of group participation are amplified. Joy and inner happiness. All beings wish to experience joy. Joy is the eternal longing of the soul, but only through the practice of inner satsang can we obtain a joyous state. Each time we practice satsang, our inner happiness gradually increases, ultimately culminating in a state of joy, which we experience 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The agenda for today consists of 3 sessions: the informative session, the practice session, and the interactive session. During the informative session, a lecture will be given about a satsang topic, the founder, or some relevant spiritual topic. During the practice session, you'll receive instructions on how to meditate, followed by a period of practice. During the interactive session, you have the opportunity to ask questions, or there'll be a panel discussion. And now, I'd like to introduce the facilitator for today's event. He has over 40 years of satsang experience. He's the grandson of Guru Maharaj, the founder of Ramashram Satsang. He was born into a satsang family where he experienced his family members obtain states of enlightenment and lead lives of peace, light, and love. At an early age, he began traveling with the mission throughout India, facilitating satsangs. And during that time, he witnessed the positive effects that satsang could have on mankind. And upon arriving to the United States, both he and his wife continued to facilitate satsangs for local satsangees. He has led teams of satsang members in translating important satsang literature into English and has worked tirelessly to make satsang more accessible to Western and English-speaking audiences. He currently travels throughout the United States, India, and England facilitating satsangs while maintaining his duties as a husband, a father, and an IT executive. Today, he will teach us a rare and ancient form of satsang as taught by Guru Maharaj. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Sanjeev Kumarji.
Thanks, Eddie, and happy Tuesday. And I think I would like to continue the discussion on the monkey mind. And, lots and lots of folks say that we can't meditate, we can't focus, we can't concentrate. During the meditation, the mind just doesn't focus. And as in our practice, we try to focus on one thing. So the process is that from barrage of thoughts, where our mind is like continuously going from one part to another, we first bring it to one, and then we drop that one as well. So what's that one thought or one activity? So typically meditations differ in that. Some would focus on breath, some would focus on, chanting or some sort of, activity like that. But then we go just one little step further, where the focus is on observing transcendental energy in form of light. And light is God. it's more abstract than any material thing. So first go, and I was thinking about this today in terms of, if we could see the light coming into our heart from, like, think of, today, right here, right now, if in any form that we think the consciousness lives, be it Jesus, be it Buddha, be it Krishna, and be it Guru. If we feel that alive, conscious, and full of light, we are trying to manifest that as we meditate. I mean, just imagine that if, this transcendental energy was right here, right now, in a live form. And that consciousness is, I think then you don't have to do anything, literally, because you will rise to that level of consciousness automatically. So the process of manifesting, the process of meditation is to just make that real in our lives. That's all. But then coming back to the topic here, it's that doesn't really happen. See, what you think you become. So you would become the consciousness if you were not just imagining or manifesting, but make it real, and feel that presence, feel that, so deeply that it actually becomes, that manifestation becomes real. But what happens is that our five senses continually moving outwards towards the world, our passions and ambitions, which are a good thing, but they also come in the way because they occupy and consume our mind when they are, overpowering forces. Negativity obviously would not exist if the consciousness is alive and powerful energy is actually right here, right now. So we might say that we are trying to do that, but once it actually happens, then all of this must disappear. But while these things exist, like anger, lust, greed, worldly attachments, ego, even when we are deeply in grief, we can't focus, we can't concentrate, we can't, but if the whole thing is, if we, just practice that we are in the presence of the consciousness, in any form that we, our faith and belief, wherever we are with our faith and belief, if we just make it real, if we make it, that consciousness is with us, it's in form of light, and that light is entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we are becoming one with this light. So this consciousness is not, just outside or just here. It's actually, becoming integral part of us. And once we do that, that's when, Yuan, if you could bring the inner yoga slide, this manifestation or what we're trying to concentrate on becomes real. So what we do here is basically sit in a relaxed posture, eyes lightly closed, and that is to make sure that our mind doesn't get distracted, and we focus on thinking about this transcendental energy in form of light that's entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we're becoming one with this light. And so we want to manifest this consciousness in its alive form, such that that consciousness and us are no different. And once we get into that deep meditation, we become that consciousness. So call it Krishna consciousness, call it, we can imitate Christ by being, by trying to become that consciousness ourselves. And once we are deep into meditation with it, the higher consciousness is just a result of that. So again, eyes lightly closed, and sit in a relaxed and still posture, and think of this transcendental energy in form of light is right here, right now with us. And it's entering, this light is entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we're becoming one with this light. Mind wanders away, which it will, just bring it back to this thought and this thought alone. And in deeper meditation, will be, one with that thought. So we will forget who we are, where we are, and what we started with anyway. So we'll start with music. Music helps the concentration, and then we'll go into deep silent meditation, and then we'll transition out with music again. Let's start now. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Today I was actually recalling once my father was talking about, uh, the enlightened heart or the enlightened state. So, like this process could get you there, but what he was talking about were the characteristics of that state, like when that actually happens, the enlightenment happens. So he said three things need to be there. One is that your mind needs to be quiet and calm. And then the second was your senses, completely inward oriented. And then he said, like, both of those things this process does for us. So calms our mind and inward orientation, both of those things are integral to this process. And then the third thing was purity of heart. And he said that if you continue to practice, the first two things would happen, and the resulting, so slowly your heart becomes pure. And when those three things are in place, then, call it self-realization or enlightenment, that would take place. And when I was thinking about that, I was also thinking about, people, or, the difference between us and the enlightened is just that, there could be hundreds of thousands of unlit candles versus one candle that is lit could then start lighting up, as many number. So, once you reach that state, then just by being with them, meditating on their consciousness, live and conscious, thought itself could take us there. That's I think integral to this process. So I'll pause there. Eddie, anything you would like to add?
We've talked before about how to bring people into this system of satsang, right? Because it involves meditation. There isn't much ritual, so it's very unfamiliar to a lot of people. But what you just said struck me in a particular way. And what I mean by that is that you can reach those people with what you just said, actually. While they may not be able to sit for 30 minutes and meditate, what you just taught, and from what I see, would reach a lot of people and do a lot of good, because it helps them understand what the higher states are like. They can certainly, understand it, so it wouldn't be too foreign for them. And I think in that sense, you can, help in a way, help them, receive more of the light. And then eventually maybe they'll get to the meditation part, but they'll be able to understand something like that. And I believe they'll be able to, relate to it. And so it'll help them in whatever spiritual path they're on, it'll help them move further along. So I think that's a good way to reach those people who may not be able to, participate in the meditation portion of what you do here in Satsang, but certainly in, understand and appreciate what you just taught, a minute ago.
Yeah, it's sometimes, like it's something that you need to connect to, right? For every person through this process. I mean, once they connect to this consciousness, I mean, that's it. That is pretty much and Mary, would you like to share anything, questions, comments? And hello, Jeff, how are you?
I'm good, Sanjeev.
I'm very good, Sanjeev.
Good to hear. Wow. Good session. So yeah, I think I'm not so sure, like Saturday after Thanksgiving will but I'm thinking let's meet anyway, whoever, but yeah, till then, happy Thanksgiving to everyone, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon, and be light, love, and peace be with you. I'm glad that we were able to find some peace and quiet for some time. So see you all. Happy Thanksgiving again.
Other challenge पर संजू भैया.
Namaskar. Namaskar.
नमस्ते जी.
Namaskar.
Namaste भैया. Bye everyone.
Bye everyone.
Thank you,
Right.
Sanjeev.
Namaskar.